unsure when the vote was going to be tonight. My name is Pat McFadden. I'm the MP for Wolverhampton South East, and we're here tonight for a very good reason. We're here at the parliamentary launch of the new organisation, Sikhs for Labour. Now, this organisation has been some time in the making, but we finally got here, and it's got two simple tasks. The first is to be a voice for Sikh members and the Sikh community within the Labour Party at every level. And the second job is to be a strong voice for Labour within the Sikh community. So it's a two-way street. There's always been a good and warm relationship between the Labour Party and the Sikh community. I know that from Wolverhampton. All the MPs who've been here tonight, we've got John Speller over here, we've had Jonathan Ashworth, we've got Sadiq here, we've got Mike Gates over there, we had Liz Kendall earlier, we've had a number of MPs, we had Fiona McTaggart, Seema Malhotra. We all know that from our own constituencies, but this organisation can help make that even deeper and even stronger. And it's timely to launch it now because we've got an election to win. And if there's one thing that unites everybody in this room, it's that we want to see the coalition out and we want to see a Labour government led by Ed back in. That's what we're here for. And that's what we have formed an interim board. We're getting organised. And so I want to hand over now to the interim chair of Sikhs for Labour, a good friend of mine who is leading the West Midlands Labour list for the European elections, where we're hoping to do much better than we did 5 years ago and to really advance Labour's cause in the European Parliament. So could I ask you to give a big welcome for Nina Gill.
Thank you very much, Pat. And I just want to really thank everybody once again for coming from all the different parts of the country. We've really got a great representation of leading Sikh figures from all over, I would say, England. I think we might have somebody from Wales as well. And I'm really pleased that we have a lot of councillor candidates as well as our PPCs, two in the front here, Chasing and Tan Desi. It's great to have them here. And as Pat said, the main aim of this new organisation is to be a voice for Sikhs within the Labour Party and also to be Labour's voice in the Sikh community. And not just at the election times. We need to make sure that we're engaging with the Sikh community, every day and campaigning to make sure that we get Ed Miliband in number 10 Downing Street. That is our short-term aim. That is what we're working for. But in the longer term, what we want to do is to make sure that there is a forum for Sikh concerns, Sikh issues, that we can listen to those concerns and we can make sure that leadership are aware of those particular concerns. Because for most Sikhs, what matters is really education. What matters is the healthcare system here. What matters is that they get opportunities and get good jobs. These are the issues, I believe, that matter to a lot of Labour voters elsewhere. And so it's no different, but we need to make sure that some particular discriminations that Sikhs suffer, we address those as well. And I think, all of us here are totally committed Labour members, and many people here I know are the generation before us. Many councillors who were there 30, 40 years ago who are all here. But what really pleases me tonight is that we've got the next generation here and a lot of women. And one of the aims for Sikhs for Labour is that we're going to make sure that we have 50-50 representation of male and female. And so, I would like to thank a lot of people, but I know you have to rush off, so I won't do that now. I will come back to it. Ed, we're really delighted that you're with us today, and we have this opportunity to officially launch Sikhs for Labour. So over to you. A round of applause for Ed.
Well, Nina, thank you so much, and Pat, thank you. Let me first of all congratulate both Pat and Nina for the launch of Sikhs for Labour. This is an incredibly important organisation. As you can tell by how many MPs have been here tonight, we've been joined by Yvette Cooper, the Shadow Home Secretary, by Keith Vaz, who's enjoying a samosa, I noticed, Keith. Look, this is really important to us because we have a big mission in the next 13 months. We've got a mission in the next 6 weeks or so to get Nina elected to the European Parliament, and that is incredibly important to us. May 22nd, very, very important day, and we've got to make sure we do absolutely everything we can for a great Labour result in those European and local elections, and then of course the big mission of the general election. And look, I want to just say to you, the stakes are incredibly high for this election. You know from your own communities the issues that your communities are facing, whether it's youth unemployment, the cost of living crisis and energy bills, low pay, childcare, business rates, a whole range of issues, banking reform, absolutely huge areas where we know the country's got to change. And we know this government is not going to make the change necessary, and only a Labour government will. And in the end, what does this election come down to? It comes down to this simple idea of one nation, which is that we use the talents of everybody right across every community to succeed as a society. Not just a few people, but everybody. That is the way countries succeed. That is the way countries prosper. And in order to do that, we've got to spread that message out there. And look, we know this is going to be an incredibly tough and incredibly close election, probably the closest election for a generation. So we need you. We need you not just to come to this reception, but you should go out there and elect Labour councillors, Labour MEPs, Labour members of Parliament at the general election. And let me say one other thing. It's very, very important, as Pat and Nina have both said, that Sikhs for Labour is not just an organisation for the election, but it's an organisation that goes well beyond the elections. That's why it's such an important initiative, so that we make sure in all of the issues we're facing, we hear the voice of the Sikh community from right across the country. So thank you very much for being here tonight. I look forward to seeing you on the campaign trail and going out there, electing Nina and electing a Labour government. Thank you very much.